The Cessna O-2 Skymaster, nicknamed Oscar Juice, is a military version of the Cessna 337 Super Skymaster, used for forward air control and psychological operations by the U.S. military between 1967 and 2010. Design and development. In 1966, the United States Air Force commissioned Cessna to build a military variant of the Skymaster to replace the O-1 Bird Dog. As with the civilian version, the Skymaster was a low-cost twin-engine piston-powered aircraft, with one engine in the nose of the aircraft and a second engine in the rear of the fuselage. The push-pull configuration meant a simpler single-engine operating procedure due to centerline thrust compared to the common low-wing mounting of most twin-engine light planes, and also allowed for a high wing, providing clear observation below and behind the aircraft. Modifications made for the military configuration included installation of single-seating fore and aft, i.e. 2 tandem seats available for pilot and observer, versus 6 seats available in the civilian version, installation of view panels in the doors. For improved ground observation, installation of flame-retardant foam in the wing-mounted fuel tanks. Slight increase in empty vehicle weight, 3% reduction in available fuel capacity, installation of military communication and navigation equipment in lieu of available civilian equipment and antennas, deletion of propeller spinners, increase gross weight, 5,400 pounds versus 4,400 pounds in civilian version, with component strengthening is required to support the increase, and deletion of interior upholstery. The first O-2 flew in January 1967 and the plane went into production shortly thereafter. Performance, especially at cruising altitudes, was degraded due to the added antennas and significant weight increase, but was considered sufficient for the anticipated low-level operation. Operational history. United States Air Force. The United States Air Force took delivery of the O-2 Skymaster in March 1967 and the O-2A also entered the United States Army's inventory during 1967, from United States Air Force stock. By 1970, a total of 532 O-2s had been built, in 2 variants, for the United States Air Force. During the Vietnam War, the O-2A was introduced as a replacement for the O-1 Bird Dog, in the forward air control aircraft and served in that role with the 20th Tactical Air Support Squadron. The O-2B was equipped with loudspeakers and a leaflet dispenser for use in the psychological operations role. While it was intended that the Skymaster be replaced in the forward air control mission by the OV-10 Bronco, the O-2A continued to be used for night missions after the OV-10's introduction, due to the OV-10's high level of cockpit illumination, rendering night reconnaissance impractical. The O-2 was phased out completely after additional night upgrades to the OV-10. A total of 178 United States Air Force O-2 Skymasters were lost in the Vietnam War, to all causes. Following the Vietnam War, the O-2 continued to operate with both United States Air Force and Air National Guard units into the late 1980s. United States Navy. 6 former United States Air Force O-2A airframes were transferred to the United States Navy in 1983 for use as range controllers with Attack Squadron 122, VA-122, the Pacific Fleet Replacement Squadron for the A-7 Corsair II at Naval Air Station Lemoore, California. These aircraft were later transferred to Strike Fighter Squadron 125, the FA-125, the FA-18 Hornet FRS at NAS Lemoore, in 1986 for use in the same range control role. These O-2A aircraft were eventually replaced by T-34C Turbo Mentor aircraft transferred from the Naval Air Training Command. United States Army. Of the 6 United States Navy aircraft mentioned above, 2 were transferred to the United States Army in late 1990. United States Air Force O-2s were augmented by the 1990 aircraft transfer from the Navy. Several disassembled United States Air Force O-2s remain in storage at Davis-Monthan AFB, Arizona. 2 O-2s were used at Laguna Army Airfield, Arizona as part of testing programs carried out by the Yuma Proving Ground. These were retired in October 2010 and sent to a museum. South Vietnam. 35 United States Air Force O-2 aircraft were later transferred to and operated by the former Republic of Vietnam Air Force. El Salvador. During the Salvadoran Civil War, the Salvadoran Air Force received a total of 23 O-2s and 2 O-2Bs from the United States, the first arriving in 1981. They were employed to observe the movements of Farabundo Martí National Liberation Front formations and direct air strikes against them, playing a major role in forcing the rebel movement to abandon large-scale operations. Near the end of the war in 1990, the rebels' acquisition of SA-7 missiles resulted in the loss of 2 O-2s, while another was destroyed by mortar fire, and 2 more were lost in crashes. Civilian use. CAL FIRE. In the mid-1970s, the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, or CAL FIRE, found that the contractor-owned air attack aircraft, mostly single-engine Cessna 182s and Cessna 210s, did not provide the airspeed and safety needed for the department's new air tanker program. In 1974, Senior Air Operations Officer Cotton Mason inspected 40 United States Air Force O-2s at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. The best 20 were selected and shipped to Fresno, California. These aircraft had been forward air control aircraft in Vietnam and were shipped back to the United States in containers, and were disassembled and on pallets when they arrived at Fresno. A crew of California Conservation Corps members under the supervision of a CAL FIRE battalion chief, who was an Federal Aviation Administration certificated mechanic with inspection authorization, reassembled the aircraft. They were placed in service in 1976, and served CAL FIRE for more than 20 years, until replaced by a fleet of OV-10 Broncos. Variants. O-2A. Version designed for use in forward air control missions, features underwing ordnance hard points to hold rockets, gun pods or flares. 513 delivered. O-2B. Version designed for psychological warfare, equipped with loudspeakers and a leaflet dispenser, but otherwise carried no weapons. 31 former Civil 337s were converted to O-2Bs. Specifications: O-2. General characteristics. Crew, 2. Length, 29 feet 9 inches, 9.07 meters. Wingspan, 38 feet 0 inches, 11.58 meters. Height, 9 feet 4 inches, 2.84 meters. Wing area, 202.5 square feet, 18.81 square meters. Aspect ratio, 7.13 to 1. Empty weight, 2,848 pounds, 1,292 kilograms. Power plant, 2 times Continental IO360C, air-cooled flat-6 engines, 210 horsepower, 160 kilowatts each. Performance. Maximum speed, 199 miles per hour, 320 kilometers per hour, 173 knots, at sea level. Cruise speed, 144 miles per hour, 232 kilometers per hour, 125 knots, at 10,000 feet, 3,000 meters. Range, 1,060 miles, 921 nautical miles, 1,706 kilometers. Service ceiling, 19,800 feet, 6,000 meters. Rate of climb, 1,180 feet per minute, 6.0 meters per second. Armament. Guns, Su-11A minigun pod. Hardpoints, 4 MAU-3A bomb racks. Rockets, LAU-59A rocket launcher, MA-2YA rocket launcher. Bombs, SUU-14A bomblet dispenser. Operators. Botswana. Botswana Air Force, 902A delivered 1993. Costa Rica. Civil Guard Air Section, 302A. Dominican Republic. Dominican Air Force, 502A, retired. Ivory Coast. National Armed Forces of Côte d'Ivoire, 102A delivered 1993. Haiti. Haitian Air Force, 8, in service 1975–98, reportedly 6 of these are Model 337s, and only 2 O-2A. Imperial Iranian Air Force, 12 O-2A delivered 1972. Namibia. Namibian Air Force, 6 O-2A, 5 of which were delivered on June 26, 1994, for use in the anti-poaching and anti-smuggling role. El Salvador. Salvadoran Air Force, 18 O-2A and 2 O-2B, delivered starting 1981. 8 O-2A and 1 O-2B remain in service. Solomon Islands. Solomon Islands Government, 2 O-2A. South Korea. Republic of Korea Air Force, at least 14 O-2A. South Vietnam. Republic of Vietnam Air Force, at least 35. United States. United States Air Force, between 11 and 40 aircraft. Uruguay. National Navy of Uruguay, 3 O-2A acquired from Chile in June 2017. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe Air Force, 2 O-2A delivered 1994–1995. Aircraft on display. Displayed at the Museum of Aviation, Warner Robins. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 67-21331, National Museum of the United States Air Force, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 67-21368, Air Commando Park, Hurlburt Field, Florida. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 67-21430, Fort Worth Aviation Museum, Fort Worth, Texas. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 68-10962, Main Gate, Shore Air Force Base, South Carolina. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 67-21331, C, N33SEVENMO037, marked as 686864, C, N33SEVENMO153, Air Force Armament Museum, Eglin Air Force Base, Florida. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 67-21376, 105th Airlift Wing Area, Stewart Air National Guard Base, New York. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 68-11164, United States Air Force History and Traditions Museum, Lackland Air Force Base, Texas. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 68-6865, Kelly Field Heritage Museum, Lackland Air Force Base, Kelly Field Annex, formerly Kelly Air Force Base, Texas. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 67-21326, Dyess Linear Airpark, Dyess Air Force Base, Texas. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 67-21395, Air Mobility Command Museum, Dover Air Force Base, Delaware. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 68-10848, Jimmy Doolittle Air and Space Museum, Travis Air Force Base, Fairfield, California. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 68-10853, Hill Aerospace Museum, Hill Air Force Base, Utah. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 67-21380, Museum of Aviation, Robbins Air Force Base, Georgia. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 68-6871, Grissom Air Museum, Grissom Air Reserve Base, formerly Grissom Air Force Base, Indiana. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 68-11160, 182nd Airlift Wing Complex, Peoria Air National Guard Base, General Wayne A. Downing Peoria International Airport, Illinois. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 68-6901, Pima Air and Space Museum, adjacent to Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, Tucson, Arizona. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 67-21413, Castle Air Museum, former Castle Air Force Base, Atwater, California. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 67-21411, in storage at Museum of Aviation, Robbins Air Force Base, Warner Robins, Georgia. Formerly on display at Octave Chanute Aerospace Museum, Rantoul, Illinois. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 67-21330, Valiant Air Command Warbird Museum, Space Coast Regional Airport, Titusville, Florida. O-2B, Air Force Serial Number 67-21465, March Field Air Museum, March Air Reserve Base, formerly March Air Force Base, California. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 69-7644, American Wings Air Museum, Anoka County Airport, Janes Field, K.A.N.E. Blaine, Minnesota. O-2A, Air Force Serial Number 67-21416, Yankee Air Museum, Belleville, Michigan. In addition, several O-2s are privately operated as warbirds.